All right, guys, your buddy Kintips here. Today, I am going to do my review of the Nosfet AERO because I bought this wheel out of my own pocket. Yeah, I paid for it out of my own pocket. No sponsors here, guys. So help the channel out by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. All right, enjoy the ride. Alright guys, so here is the Nosfet AERO and we're going to talk about the specs. Basically it's got 1110 watt hour battery, 1000 watt motor, and it weighs 55 pounds or about 24 kilograms, 25 kilograms if you don't want to do the conversion. 15-inch tire, and yeah, so a 10-inch rim. And yeah, so let me show you guys the layout of this wheel. There's the preload compressions on the bottom, and you got your display on top, the buttons to control and adjust your settings, which is I'll tell you, the best feature of this wheel is the ability to adjust your settings and the modular aspect. It's got the pedals. Now the pedals, I added these pedal grips to it. You got the kickstand, and of course you got your trolley handles or latch right here, which is pretty cool. And yeah, your headlight. And yeah, so I'll tell you what I feel about the wheel while I ride it. So stay tuned, guys. show you the 3 different levels of the headlight. It's dark enough now. There you go. And then you got 3 levels of headlight, and then you got your natural sort of sensor headlight now, daytime running light. And then I'm going to show you the back. So here's the back. You got your regular red light, and then you got your options for, I think it's this one here. Nope, it's this one here. There you go. You got your blinking, you got your RGB color, and nothing. I usually just keep this one on. Alright guys, there you go. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed some of that videos or the ride. I'm getting eaten alive out here with mosquitoes everywhere. So I'm not going to make this too long, but so what do I think of this wheel? It's really good. I like it. I actually sold my S16 Pro for this wheel, and what do I think of it? If it was worth the price. There are some good points about the S16, and one of the good points about the S16 is that it had a lot of power for 84 volt wheel. If you guys have never tried the S16 Pro, you should definitely try it out. It's got a lot of power. Now, when I compare it to this, I would say this, after riding it for a while, this is better in certain ways, and one of them is that the suspension. I find this one is better. The suspension on S16 was good. I had a coil spring on mine, and it was good. It wasn't as cushy as this though. Now, the good thing about the S16 Pro was that it had a lot of cool, neat features like a USB ports, speakers, things that it just makes it more complete. So it also had a lot of power as well. Very stable to ride. They both had one big issue, and that was the pedals. I found the S16 Pro pedals to be small. These ones are the same, so I'll knock that down for both for that. The S16 Pro was also wider, which I like the Nosfet AERO for, because it's not wide. So that was a bonus. The stock pads that came with the S16 Pro were garbage. These are much better, and the trolley handle was the worst thing on the S16 Pro, which the Nosfet AERO is better. So do I like the Nosfet AERO better? Yes. Was it worth the switch? Yes, I would say. Overall, yes. But yeah, I think it's a good wheel, and yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep riding, and then we'll do my things I don't like about it. been enjoying the ride. So I'm going to tell you a couple of things. So seated riding, I've tried seated riding, as you can see. Not the greatest. It's too short. And this slides back, so when I sit on this, there's like, I'm just gonna slide off, so I don't really like it for seated riding so much. Yeah, but you'd have to sit right here to be comfortable. If you sit, you could sit here, but only if your ass is small enough to sit into here, and mine's not. So so that's one issue with seated riding. And then the pads kind of get in your way, so because you're gonna have to arc your feet up just so you can get your feet onto the edge here. So but other than that, it's okay. And all right, so I forgot to mention, of course, the pedal height. The pedal height's a little bit low, just be aware of that as well, guys. All right, so a couple of things to note that I don't really like about this wheel, and these are things I've already brought up in the past. The pedals, I do like the modular design, easy to change tires. That's a really good bonus. The thing I don't also like is the trolley handle's good, but it's not as good as the Falcon, because there should be something to hold it in place so you can't go too forward. And let me see what else. Oh, and then of course the kickstand, you need some, they should put some rubber feet there. Other than that, it's a solid wheel. And of course the one last thing is the price. So it's a good wheel, but it is pricier than like my S16. It's also S16 Pro. It's also pricier than like the Falcon, and wheels that are very similar as well. So now, you know, I'm thinking of picking up a Extreme Bull Rocket eventually in the future, so then I could really compare if it was really worth it, because these Extreme Bull Rocket and this is really close to being on par with, it's like $500 difference where I'm at, so it was pretty close. And yeah, we'll see in the future. But yeah, I enjoy the wheel. I think it's a great wheel. I enjoy it, and it's good. It rides like a 16X, if you guys were wondering. If you already have a 16X and you're wondering if you should upgrade, it just reminds you how much this suspension, you know, is important to you. Then yes, you should upgrade. But as I mentioned, it rides like a 16X. It's got the power. It's got a little bit more oomph than the 16X, but it rides similar. So it's a 16X, it's not a slouch. Keep that in mind, right? So yeah, it's pretty good. Like all these wheels that I've ride, like the Falcon, this, I've never been able to overpower it. So I've never tried to overpower it either, so I don't want to damage my wheel. So as I mentioned, I paid for this out of my own pockets. guys, so I'm ready to give you my final conclusions of the wheel. So so overall, it's a great wheel. Is it worth the price tag? For some people, yeah, it is worth it, because you do get all those nice neat features as I mentioned. Easy tire swap, it's got the power. It's a nice grab and go wheel, I would definitely say. Now, will I sell my Falcon? You know, it's a tough call. If I sell my Falcon, it'll be for an Extreme Bull rocket, so because that would be the next upgrade for me, and that would give me the speed that I would want, and I might actually do that, guys. So, and then this will be my grab and go wheel. Yeah, it's a tough call, because the bonus side of the Falcon is that it rides really well. It has a different feel to it, and it has some, like I said, trolley handle's good, jumping's really awesome on it. These pads aren't as good. I like the pads on the Falcon more, and of course the Bigode just knows how to do pedals. I'll just tell you that, guys. But overall, I think Nosfet, you know, hit it out of the park on this wheel for sure. So it's a great wheel. Do I like it more than my Apex? Ooh, that's a tough call. I think it's going to be more useful than my Apex, because the Apex is so bulky and heavy that you can't really carry it everywhere. So but yeah, overall, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button.